Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have got a little room build. We are building a kitchen which I have taken inspiration from multiple pictures from Pinterest. What I normally tend to do when I build is I find like pictures that I like online and then I try and replicate it in The Sims. However, sometimes like when it's just a room, you don't really get like a whole idea of what you want, so I take multiple photos. So one of these photos had an exposed brick wall, and I really like that idea. I think brick walls add like a lot of character to a room. So that is exactly what I've gone for today. Now, this is probably one of the only builds where I will actually choose to do a high wall. Once again, I'm only sticking with the like a medium sized wall rather than a big size wall because it does tend to, with the counters, just end up being placed way too low to the ground, and then you've got all that room and space above them. So I normally tend to not. But what I was kind of wanting to go for with this is it's kind of like countryside inspired. What I really wanted is for the worktops to be coloured the opposite way around. So I really wanted a black bottom bit and then like a marble white top because, like I said before, I am obsessed with marble. It's probably one of my favouriteest things right now. But yeah, so just in this little room build, I quite like how it turns out in the end. It's definitely very modern, although it does have the like countryside vibe to it. Then we've got the little island in the middle where we've got our sink, and then like the little nice chairs from the bowling stuff pack. Just adds it all nicely in together. But yeah, so I've not really been feeling too well this week. I've come down with a bit of a cold. So you might hear that in the background, just being a bit nasally. Although I do find that when my mouth gets dried, I do end up sounding nasally anyway, so it might not actually be any different to usual. Um, but yeah, this build kind of has like do have like a copper, a small copper theme going through it as well. But also like what I've liked about this build, just doing the kitchen, is that I've used items that I haven't really used before. So the wine cellar, I don't know if it's called a cellar, but whatever that item, it's a massive wine rack. I've never used that before, and this is what I'm finding at the moment with doing all these builds is that I'm actually using the items that I would never normally use when I just play The Sims by myself without recording. Um, so yeah, like I would never think of using those windows, and what I did with that is that I put some curtains on it. I sized up the see-through ones from Parenthood and then placed some curtains behind it, I think it works fairly well. It's a shame about like the double curtain pole, but you know, if I really wanted to, I should have tried a bit harder just to get rid of that. Excuse me. But yeah, no, I think that's. I feel like with these builds that I'm doing, I'm actually learning quite a lot about putting stuff together and like experimenting with objects, and yeah, it's working out really nicely. So this is only like a small little video. I've just tried to do just a few smaller videos just to get more content onto my channel. Otherwise, it might end up being a week where we don't actually see any videos go up at all. But like ideally, I would like to do like more uploads per week. But at the moment, I'm just really struggling to like find the time to actually sit down on my computer and record something. I'm really hoping that, you know, as popularity goes up, then, you know, one day we will be able to have daily uploads, and that might be something that I can manage with my workload. But right now, unfortunately, it's not. So obviously, if you know you're coming to this channel and you're expecting uploads all the time, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But yeah, anyway, moving back onto the build. So I just put those lights in, and I'm fairly disappointed that they don't come in a medium size. The ones that they did for the nice little geometric lampshade that they did from the fitness pack, they come in a tall, like a long, a medium, and a short length. And those ones don't. They just come in a long and a medium, and it would have been quite nice to like be able to lay them up a little bit better, but I suppose we can't have everything in The Sims. So we've recently had the, what's it called, the toddler stuff pack come out, and I must admit this is not something that I'm actually going to be buying straight away. I kind of feel like it would be a complete waste of money. At the moment I really struggle to do any actual gameplay in The Sims, and the items from that stuff pack I feel are really poor, bearing in mind that that pack is actually focused on more gameplay rather than adding items. I think the only nice item in there that I would use would be the shade, probably. That nice little canopy shade item that they put in. But, apart from that, there's nothing in there that I would actually use myself. And I know probably everyone has said this before, and it's probably very old news now, but I'm highly, very, very, very disappointed in that ball pit. What were they thinking when they added that? I don't know anything really about how games are made and the processes into creating items, but I can only say if you have an item that is the main selling point of a game, then you should make it good. It should be epic. Those balls should be coming up and down all over the place. But instead they just placed a very flat image, and I kind of feel like it was just very, very lazily done, personally. That is just my opinion. I'm sure people obviously really like it, but personally I will only be buying it when they do an offer. I don't really think it will be worth the £8 from my bank account in order to have those items in my game. But anyway, this is pretty much all done now. We will just shortly go into a few screenshots of the build. I've hoped you liked this one. If anyone wants me to do more room builds, just let me know in the comments below. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and just give me a thumbs up. Any feedback is always welcome. I really look forward to hearing from you. Goodbye.